The one absolute golden rule is to stop her parents coming. Get in the picture. And I've managed to stop them through my own parents through sort of 23 films, but they finally made it on this one.
But this is the first time.
I've never allowed them on one of my film sets before.
And why is that?
For obvious reasons.
Who would?
My father refused to even know who Julia Roberts was, which was humiliating. And my mother tried to brush my hair.
I did not. I might have liked her, but I didn't.
And she definitely said, darling, come on. Hair on forehead, horrid, which is the same expression she's used since I was 6.
And will you be encouraging them now on the set again?
Not after today's experience, no, I don't think so. Chris has got classic crew wardrobe on here. The shiny shirt, which smells.
Yeah, well, I've had it on for a week. What do you expect?
The shorts with the legs splayed.
Got to have that, see, because you get a bit more air around the old gonads of it. Yeah.
The old gonads. And the very, very white legs. They're actually browner than that, but he puts whitener on every morning, like we used to with gym shoes at school.
Yeah.
There I am, all uncomfortable in my wardrobe, and finally the crew all had to dress up at the Ritz and wear a tie and a jacket, and they looked miserable, and I couldn't have enjoyed it more. This is the vanguard of what crew members are wearing. The little singlet there and the jewellery. And these actually represent actors that he's damaged. It's rather like in the Second World War they used to have Luftwaffe. I actually personally love to be pestered and get rather nervous if I'm not being pestered enough on the streets. Nevertheless, it's very much a status symbol to have someone to look after you on the street, you know, what they call a bodyguard. And Julia Roberts was going to have one, so I damn well had to have one. And I had the Heavenly Rick on this film. An unusual man. When he's not looking after me, he's a John Wayne lookalike.
So would you mind moving back?
Okay. My only nerves were about whether Julia was going to be pestered a lot more than me.
I'm not bad looking, I don't choose ugly.
This is catering, this is where we get fed. This is Becky. Becky, come here. Who has the most unusual Australian accent of any, not only any caterer, but of any Australian as well. How would you say the word F-E-T-T-A, as in cheese?
You're going to wind me up, aren't you? Fitter.
Fitter? Is it bitter cheese? And what would you put on a bit of bread? Would it be bitter? The point of stand-in is that they stand there while they do the lights, and the great quality you're looking for is someone who looks very like you, and that's why we found Steve. And it's been funny on the film, isn't it? Because people keep coming up to Steve and saying, "Hey, Hugh," and then the same thing happens.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm often get called Steve as well. Yeah. Well, strangely enough, I would say having sex with Julia. It was a very ugly moment where, despite the fact that she has a cast iron nudity clause in her contract whereby we basically can only see the top of her head in a bed scene, I didn't seem to get that. And I thought I was going to be okay. I thought I was going to be in my boxers under the duvet. And then there was a very ugly moment when Roger Michel, the director, said, actually, Hugh, we're going to need to see you on top of the duvet, and the boxers don't look great. And there was a horrible moment when I thought I was going to have to show my bits and pieces to Julia Roberts. What happens is that they come into your trailer beforehand. The wardrobe people come in with these flesh-coloured thongs that you have the option of wearing. And I remember them giving me a choice of 5, which one would you like to wear? And I was so nervous about stuff hanging out that I wore all 5 pairs and appeared on the set looking like a sort of trussed chicken. Her jaw dropped. She had never seen anything that big. I felt sorry for her because I think I really quite shocked her.
So you upstaged her a bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Cut.